My name is Lynette Mackey. I was on a vacation and I had a babysitter here, and she called and she said there was a flood coming up from the bathtub, but the carpets were all soaking wet. When I walked in the door and I stepped on carpet, a splash of brown feces all on the wall. And I walked into the bathroom and there were feces everywhere, in all of my personal stuff, and all over the walls, all over the bathtub. And I immediately grabbed my kids and I left. When I first got the hotel room, the apartment said they were not going to cover it. And then I called the Department of Public Health and they came out and said that it was unlivable and it was hazardous, and they could not return until it was repaired. So they said, okay, so we'll cover you for 5 days. We stayed there about 3 months. Once they cut the ground open and were repairing it, the rats were coming up from underground. So rats got in my unit. They were in the walls, they were in the closet, they were everywhere. They didn't want to repair it. They wanted to say that I was living in filthy. I had a room with a lot of stuff because I'm a foster mom. I have kids coming in and out. I have emergency kids. Open Door Legal happened to be right across the street from my house. So I just happened to go in there nosy, like, what do you do here? And he said, we're a law office. And I was like, I need a lawyer. He said, we're for the community. He said, well, you need to fill out the form online. Of course, I didn't do that. And then I ran into him again in the McDonald's right across the street. He reminded me that I didn't fill out that form. And after that, I went home and I filled out the form. The next day, I got a phone call. And at that point, they had decided that I had a case and that they would take it.
Lynette first brought her case to me. First she just started speaking about her property damage and the things that were damaged. And once I saw the pictures and I heard the story, I was shocked that she had her 4 foster kids living in feces for 4 days and nobody was doing anything to help her. And then also I was even more shocked that at that point when she asked for a hotel for a per diem day, which are actual laws that they have to provide it, that they were refusing to help her, or they were giving her as little as possible in terms of assistance.
There's a lot of problems with how they treat below market rate tenants. They want to treat us below market rate.
They finally gave me a big no. We're not going to give you what basically your client was entitled to. So at that point, Brandon and Suzanne with Wilson and Sonsini were looking for a pro bono opportunity. And so we spoke and I showed them the evidence, and they were equally as outraged as I was about the case and about what Lynette was enduring and the harassment she had to face. So they came on as co-counsels. By showing them everything that happened to Lynette, we were able to get a very favorable settlement, which I think has been able to change Lynette's life and her family's life.
Prior to Tara stepping in, I was in fear. Now I have stability. Now I have some comfort. If I wouldn't have had legal representation, I probably would be fighting for the eviction by now.
So I think having access to the law is the best way that we can advocate for our community and give them an ability to enforce all their rights.
Not everyone in my community knows of legal help, or know that they can have legal help, or know how to go get legal help. I want to help them to know that there is help and we can get it in this community. That's a goal of mine.